Hello, you magical people on feminine spaces. I wanted to share something with you that happened last night. We had some guests over for dinner, and they have three daughters and super nice couple. And they asked me, "How do you move forward after these most catastrophic moments that you've experienced in your life?" And I thought it was such an interesting question because for me, it seems very normal that when you experience a catastrophic situation, it's important to understand what it is, like break it down, feel the emotions, understand what the situation is, and then kind of go, what do I want from this? Or what have I learned from this? And then move forward. And I've done it so many times, it seems so automatic pilot for me. And I was taken a little aback yesterday because I was listening to somebody else and looking at it through their lens and not necessarily through my lens. And I was here sharing this with you because it reminds me of that comedian Leslie something. Oh my God, she's so funny. She's so funny. Her name is Leslie something. And she said that life and the mistakes that we make in life are just like a grilled cheese sandwich. Do you know how when you first make a grilled cheese sandwich, it sucks, it's horrible. You use the wrong kind of bread, maybe you use the wrong kind of cheese, you don't have enough butter, or you don't use enough butter, or you use too much butter, and you eat it. And you eat your mistake. Like you sit there and go, what is it about this grilled cheese sandwich that didn't work? Was it the wrong butter? Did I use margarine? Did I not have the right kind of cheese? Did I not let it cook long enough? And the first 10, 15 grilled cheese sandwiches you have, or you're constantly eating your mistakes. And then you're going, oh, this is what I learned from this. And then you make it again. You do it again and you go, oh, this is what doesn't work here, until you finally do the same thing over and over again and then learn from your mistakes. And then you update it, which is what she said. And that is part of life. You are going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. All of us are going to make mistakes. The thing is, there's a formula to it. And when we recognize there's a formula to it, it's not so overwhelming because every single experience that you have, good, bad, or indifferent, does follow a template. So if you do something and the outcome is not good, question it. Why isn't the outcome good? What is it about this that didn't work? Was it something I did? Was it something I have to tweak? And if so, then do that. Correct the behavior, pivot, and then do it again until you get the results you want. And that is something that I have applied in my life, my whole entire life. Because of course, you and I have experienced downfalls and we have experienced mistakes, and perhaps you, like me, have experienced a parent dying or experienced a parent dying, or a spouse dying, or perhaps you've experienced not the healthiest relationships, or perhaps you have special needs children, or perhaps you have failed in so many ways, as so many of us have. And the point that I've always made with myself is to recognize, okay, this is a failure. And what was it about it that didn't work? Instead of looking at it personally, because at the end of the day, it is personal. It's my life and I experienced something and it didn't work. And instead of being, oh, bah humbug about it, which of course you can, we're humans, we have feelings about it. And then what do you do next? What do you want out of the situation? What are you learning out of that mistake? And then update it so that you don't continue to make the mistake. And that's basically what I have done my whole entire life, is that I have figured out that this is a mistake. What do I do to correct it? And then apply the update moving forward. And that's been the basic ethos of my life. And it's what I apply to feminine spaces. The three pillars of feminine spaces are self-mastery, relationship wisdom, and conscious living, because that's the formula for me in my life. That is what I have done. That is what I have learned. And that's what I see over and over and over again that helps me to be true. And that is what I share with you on this platform, is that same principle that mistakes are always going to be made. We're human. And it's okay to be human, and it's okay to feel the emotions that we feel. And it's also so important to recognize, now that I've made the mistake, or now that I've had this experience, what am I learning from it? What do I correct in myself? Because at the end of the day, you and I are in complete control of only us, not anybody else. So, how do I correct my behavior in this experience to ensure next time something like this happens, I get the outcome that I'm looking for and that's going to benefit me and mine? Does that make sense? Yes. So, last night when we had these wonderful guests over, and it had me reflecting upon that question of, how do you navigate these pretty heavy life experiences and move on the way that I have done so. So, what seems from the outside rather easily, and it's not easy at all. It's just that I have leaned into the mistakes that I've made in my life and leaned into the experiences that didn't initially come out with the outcome that I wanted, and learned from them and moved on. And that's the ethos of how I live my life. And it's the ethos of feminine spaces. And it's the ethos that I want to share with you, so that you also attain the same outcome, and recognizing that everything about you has to do with self mastery. And the more that you understand yourself, just like I am learning from myself and understanding myself every single day, it improves how I show up in my relationships, which in the ethos of feminine spaces is attaining relationship wisdom. And I have learned about being conscientious, like thinking about, what is it that I'm doing? Thinking about, what is it that that person's doing? And how do I engage, react, or respond in that situation? How do I think about what it is that I'm doing, and what do I want? And how do I move and navigate in my life to attain the things that I want? That is conscious living, which is the third pillar within feminine spaces. So, yes, that was it. I just wanted to share with you an observation that I gained yesterday, and how I explained it to my dinner guest last night. And then here I am sharing it with you. I trust you have a great afternoon. Pussily Puss.